Hi guys, I'm Kristen. So the word truth has kind of been gnawing at me, so I kind of reflected on it this weekend. And I'm curious as to what you guys think. Truth was definitely in my healing, my journey, if you will. But in hindsight, most of my life, I feel like it was almost like I had two truths. So I'm just wondering if you guys have kind of felt the same thing. I had my mind's truth, right? The story I would tell myself. Obviously, that was built on what imprinted, what I was shown most of my life, and you know, basically a story I told myself. Which, let's face it, a lot of the stories we tell ourselves is ignore your emotions and vulnerability. Don't listen to your intuition. It's all about performance. Our self-worth and self-value, at least for me, was really easy to be put on the external instead of my internal self-worth. So if that was my mind's truth, then my body's truth was different, right? Because I was living in fight or flight the majority of the time, right? I was not present. I was living in the past or worried about the future. My body hurt, my body ache, inflammation, couldn't sleep, would wake up, wouldn't be hungry, then I would binge eat. So my body was telling me a different truth all this time. Yeah, I think it was. And what it was showing me was the conflict, right? The conflict between the mind and the body's truths, the conflict between the two. So in my healing, I had to merge the truths, if you will, and actually be truthful. I don't know. Does that make sense to you guys? Is that kind of what you feel? Because I kind of think back and, I immediately go to some experiences or relationships and I'm like, okay, woe is me. I'm the victim. They're wrong. I'm right. They're bad. I'm good. But when I would do that and react, not be vulnerable or show my emotion or even communicate, because I was horrible at all those. Still not the greatest, but I'm learning. But my body, then in those situations when I go back and replay them, I could, so many sleepless nights, so much stress and anxiety and higher blood pressure. And then, it was like I was in fight or flight the whole time. So my body was triggering me, right? To be truthful and look at the story I was telling myself in my head. Yeah. Yeah. So my peace has come understanding the connection between the two and paying more attention to them, especially in the moments, and being aware and getting curious so that there aren't two truths. There's a blend to one truth. Yeah. I don't know. Do you guys feel that way? Let me know. Thanks. Love and light.